Yo, I'm Scott. I make beats as Catch 92. I want to do these Aviary Talks videos to focus on phones and their place within the studio. A lot of talk, and rightfully so, about leaving your phone at home. Don't take it to the studio, it's a distraction. I can't argue with that, like it is. But maybe if you can put it on Don't Disturb or something, because there's a lot of apps that you could utilize, integrate into your workflow. Might just spark an idea, you never know. So it's worth looking at. There's also a lot of apps that you can use to boost your socials as well. And the best place you could do that is within the studio, you know, documenting the process of making even a single, but definitely if you're working on projects and stuff like that, it's always good. People love seeing that behind the scenes kind of thing. So as annoying it may be sometimes, that's all part of it. So I'm going to go into that first, look at a few cool apps for editing videos, adding effects, all that sort of stuff. And then I'll do another video that will go into all the music creative things, from synthesizers to DAWs, even samplers, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, let's get into it. The first one that we're going to go through, Videoleap. You've probably seen this around everywhere. I think I've seen like adverts on Instagram and stuff like that as well. It's changed quite a lot, to be fair, since I've been using it. It is really good though. You just have to kind of look past the things they're trying to push on you. So they've introduced new template things. I've never looked into it, to be honest, but could be some cool stuff. There is a subscription, $7.99 a month. Again, I haven't subscribed because what I usually would use it for, you can get around it. So we go in and add whatever bits of video you want to use. Let's see, do that, bang that one in. Add this to project, and then it will add them all one after the other. So then from there we can add transitions on these little white bits and set a transition amount, duration. Lots of different transitions, zooms, and all that sort of stuff. There is also an option to go on the mixer bit down here. Grab another video, let's choose this one. Come to blending options, and there is overlay, screen, multiply, soft light, all your sort of usual blending options, and then you've got the opacity there as well. You can also mask things, so you can get your shapes out of that. Chroma, which is like your green screening sort of thing, so you can pick a colour and it'll remove it from the video. Speed, reverse, transformation if you want to resize it, adjustments such as exposure, contrast, brightness, sort of your usual suspects there as well. You can also adjust the volume of the audio. So for a lot of what I would do and what I'm going to show you here, just mute everything, because we're going to add audio over the top, so we can mute that. So if we go back and then to audio, they have like stock sound effects. You can add like voiceover, I think you can record straight into it. If we hit music, they have stock music. Go on artists at the top, that will take your Apple Music library. But it also is a drop down, so you can go into your files. So I sent myself the beat that I was working on before, just airdrop that across. That then comes up on your timeline. You can drag it to the start or wherever you need it. And then turn this up. Perfect quality of your video. Yeah, so then you can add fades to the audio as well, obviously change the volume of that, and the speed, reverse it, also add an equalizer too. That's the majority of things that I do. You can get quite creative with this, to be fair. Like I say, the layers over the top. So you have to buy the Pro if you want to have 3 things stacked on top of each other. As long as you stick to just 2 layers of video, you can do it for free. Exporting this, you can choose from all these resolutions. Obviously, if you've recorded it on your phone, it's most likely 1080. You can't do 4K now, but if it's just for Instagram or something, I don't really think there's a lot of point. It's just a bigger file, it takes longer to export. And then frames per second, most of the time your phone's going to be 30 or 60. Set the settings and then save, and that will just export to your camera roll. Next one is called Beatleap. This is also from Lightricks. So from the videos that I shot earlier of the beat making process, just select all of them. We're going to hit next. So it's prompting you to choose music. Like, all these are stock music. There is different categories that you can go through. So this is what is available on the free version. So if you can find a song on here that is sort of the same BPM as yours, could work out quite well. I ended up paying for the subscription because you can import your own audio from videos or from your files, like we did on the other one. I'm not sure how much it is a month, but I paid $17.99, I think, for the year. What's that, like $20 or something like that? Yes, it's not that expensive, and I have used it a lot. Out of everything, this is the one that I sort of go to. Let's just load that audio in there, and then I can show you this real quick. So on the tools section, you can edit what media you've added and tweak in and out points. Duration, this is sort of geared towards social media. So let's just go for the full track because we're near enough on a minute anyway. In segment, you can then set which part of the music it's going to use if it was a shorter time. Mood, this is how the chops are going to be placed in. So mellow, there's going to be less of them, natural, and then energetic, all out warfare on the chops. So let's keep it natural. Fade, this will, if you click on all, that's going to like fade in and out all of your clips, or the in, start of it, out the end of the video. I don't usually bother with that, to be honest. And then your format, portrait, square, or landscape. Let's just stick with landscape for now. If you hit edit, all these here are different effects. So if you tap on one, you'll notice the little dots coming up here. That's where that effect is going to be triggered. And this is just reading off the waveform from the audio you've imported. So let's just hit a bunch. So now if we hit play, it will all just be synced to that beat. And it instantly just gives a nice little vibe to it straight away. There is also filters on here. Let's have a look at these. So some nice like colour grading filters, and then we've got some vintage ones, little frames, artifacts, possibly, yeah, little light leak ones, VHS type things. Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. So a lot of the time I've like edited things beforehand and then brought them into here. Or it is just as easy to shoot straight on your phone and then bang them in here, put a filter on everything after. Looks just as good most of the time. And then you can add how much of the filter as well. Get a nice blend there. Yeah, and then when you hit save, I'm not going to do it now because I'm recording my phone screen and it just crashes the app. So when you hit save, it will just automatically save to your camera roll, and then you're good to go from there. Yeah, so highly recommend this one, really cool app. Alright, next one we're going to look at is Vizmato, or Vizmato, however you want to call it. We're going to look at this one. It's got a similar vibe to the one we've just looked at, but it works in a slightly different way, and the effects are slightly different again. This is free. I think you can only add audio from your Apple Music library. Also, if you add loads of clips, it's just going to end-to-end them. Kind of a cool idea to use Videoleap first, add your audio to your video, get a bit of a structure, export that from Videoleap, drop it into this, like so. And then what you want to do is hit play whenever you think you need an effect. You just tap. And you can just do it to the beat. Oh yeah. So yeah, you can do it to the beat. The fast and slow ones probably don't use because it's gonna warp your audio as well. You also have filters over here as well. You can add text to it. You can trim everything as well. I just find it easier on Videoleap. Yeah, so like bang your effects in when you're done, preview, share, it saves it, and then it will come up asking where you want to share it to. And from there, you can just save it to your camera roll and you are good to go again. Comes up with a share. You can share it on their app as well. It's like a platform in itself. Next one is called Film 3D. Now this is, well, essentially it is another video app, but it's not a video editing app. It's gonna make a video from a photo. It is an effect you can do a really long-winded way. You take a photo here and then move around like 2 inches or whatever and take a photo here of your subject. And then if you put them into like a video editing software and you bounce between the two rapidly, it gives the effect of 3D. So this app is just doing that for you. I think it takes 4 photos, compiles them. So if you put a bit of space between you and the subject, and then move slightly, then you can set a freeze point. Let's just tap on whatever you were taking the picture of. And there you go, you've got like a boomerang 3D looking image. Just to mix it up again, you know, if you're posting videos, you're posting photos, this is a nice way to sort of elevate your photos, I guess. This is free, but you can pay for packs and stuff like the filters and overlays. There's a really cool app called Clip to Comic. So this is free, you can pay for it, you get a lot more parameters that you can edit, but it is also very usable as the free one. It is watermarked as well, but nothing to say you can't crop it after you export it. It's basically like tracing over your image. So I've just taken a picture on 404 just to show you there is a lot. So like, let's just hit up this realistic. On the editing, like you can see there, a lot of it is locked. The brightness and contrast are there though. I've used this and then used it in conjunction with Photoshop as well to extract just the black lines. Play around with it though, there are some cool settings, like this poster blue thing looks really cool, green, red. Great if you're taking photos and want some like cartoon, comic-y kind of artworks and stuff. So that's well worth a look. The only downside is it's not HD, it is standard definition when you're saving it without paying for the app. Probably won't notice when you're on your phone. It's not too bad, but yeah, if you're stretching it out and you need 3000 by 3000 for music artwork, you might notice a bit of a like JPEG artifacts showing up and stuff. For what it is, if you use it wisely, you'll be able to get something out of it. Another good one for artworks is Dream. I found out about AI artworks like quite recent, and there's a lot of Google Colab workspaces and stuff that you can download and use to create AI artworks, which are like a long-winded way of doing this. So this is great. Enter a prompt, so you can literally type whatever you want. Which instantly have brain freeze and can't think of anything, right? Let's go for cherry blossom landscape. Can't think of anything more lo-fi looking than that. Right, so then you've got all these types of artworks that you can choose from. Let's have a mystical one. Then you hit create, and this AI basically builds the image. Now, I assume this works very similar to how the Google Colab ones do. So it's basically compositing from a bank of images, and then building upon it. That's as far as I know. It's way more in depth than that, but you get some really cool and unique things, and this will never come out twice the same. So if we hit generate again, which will use exactly the same parameters as we just put in, it will be a completely different piece of art. So yeah, for any like artworks, this is really cool. And you could obviously edit this further elsewhere. And this is doing what the computer took like an hour to do. This is just smashing it out. Like I say, loads of different types. Let's try this backlight one. Really cool. So this is well worth checking out as well. A lot of these apps, obviously I'm using an iPhone, got a Mac. This is recorded on an iPad. A little bit of an Apple nerd, but I assume this might be available. If not, there'll be something very similar that you can get on Android as well. No doubt at all. Gonna leave it there for this time. You probably noticed on my phone screen there is a lot more apps loaded there. Go through them next time, have a quick flick through. Like I say, there's like synth ones, just general instruments, doors, samplers. So a lot more to go through. Catch you next time. Happy video making. Peace.